Have you ever looked at the world and wondered what on earth is going on? We have artificial intelligence, quantum technology, skyscrapers that touch the clouds, and a global network connecting billions. We seem so advanced, yet human behavior feels like it's collapsing. We see fear, aggression, chaos, extreme polarization, and mass hysteria everywhere. Why? A groundbreaking book reveals a shocking truth. Humanity has not evolved mentally or consciously. Our species is still operating under the command of the most ancient, primitive part of our brain, the reptilian brain. Today, we're diving deep into a summary of Dr. Irfan Boko's extraordinary masterpiece, a fearless investigation into why humanity is trapped in an ancient biological prison. Get ready, because this will change how you see everything. So, what exactly is this reptilian brain? It's the oldest, most primitive layer of our brain. It's the ancient core we share with reptiles. And here's the key. It does not think. It reacts. Its entire job is built around a few core functions: establishing dominance, triggering aggression, creating fear, defending territory, and ensuring survival at all costs. Think of it as our internal survival autopilot. In the ancient world, this was incredibly useful. It kept us alive. But in the modern world, with its constant flood of information, social pressures, and digital triggers, this ancient circuit is dangerously over. And when it gets overstimulated, something catastrophic happens. The book calls it BLACKOUT, the complete shutdown of higher consciousness. This is the central idea of the book. Humanity is not just experiencing a few problems. We are living inside a global neurological blackout. This brings us to the second, and perhaps most explosive, chapter, the age of the reptilian brain. When this primitive brain becomes the dominant force, our neocortex, the part of the brain responsible for logic, ethics, empathy, and creativity, shuts down. It's like a neurological power cut. The lights go out in the most advanced part of our mind. What are the consequences? They are all around us. We see fear-based politics, where leaders manipulate our survival instincts. We see endless war and conflict, driven by territorial aggression. We see mass manipulation through media that triggers our most basic emotions. We get fanaticism, tribal thinking, and that dangerous delusion of "I am always right." We see it in the hysteria on social media and the collective irrationality that seems to have gripped our world. The book makes a bold and unforgettable conclusion. The world is not ruled by governments. The world is ruled by reptilian brains. Dr. Irfan exposes this hidden mechanism with incredible clarity, showing us the puppet master behind the chaos of modern civilization. So, where does this leave us? The book explains that humanity is now splitting into two different civilizations, living side by side on the same planet. The first is the Reptilian Dominance world. This is a world defined by fear, chaos, conflict, destruction, and unconscious, nagaric reactions. It's the world we see on the news every night. It's a civilization running on instinct, not intelligence. The second is the conscious civilization. This is a world guided by the cortex. It's a world built on ethics, awareness, creativity, unity, and true intelligence. It's the world of problem solvers, innovators, peacemakers, and visionaries. These two worlds, these two versions of humanity, currently coexist. But the book argues that we cannot stay in the middle forever. As a species and as individuals, we are being forced to make a choice. Will we stay locked in our primitive past, or will we evolve into a conscious future? Now, you might be thinking, is this just a philosophical idea? Absolutely not. This is grounded in hard science. The book presents the neurobiological reality of what it calls the evolutionary lock. It works like this. When the reptilian brain is overactivated by constant fear and threat signals, our limbic system A emotional center goes into complete turmoil. This emotional storm then triggers a neurological shutdown of the cortex. It's a biological circuit breaker. This simple, powerful mechanism explains so much of what we see today. The sudden collapse of social trust. The deep political divisions that seem impossible to bridge the instability of our economies, the emotional chaos people feel every day, and the mass psychological fragility that makes populations so easy to manipulate. The devastating insight from Dr. Irfan is this: millions of people are no longer thinking. They are only reacting. They are caught in the evolutionary lock, living in a state of perpetual, unconscious reaction. What happens when this blackout isn't just an individual problem anymore? It becomes collective. It becomes global. The book argues that we are now living in a state of global blackout. The consequences are terrifying, and they are playing out in real time. Nations clash not over rational interests, but over primitive territorial disputes and dominance games. Societies fragment into hostile tribes, incapable of dialogue. People become incredibly easy to manipulate because their fear circuits are always on. Leaders, also trapped in their own reptilian brains, behave irrationally, escalating conflicts instead of solving them. Ultimately, civilization begins to self-destruct because its collective consciousness has collapsed under the weight of fear. This book offers the most powerful explanation for the chaos in our world today. It's not about left versus right, or one country versus another. It is not politics. It is not ideology. It is neurobiology, a pure, brilliant, and fearless analysis, delivered in Dr. Irfan's signature intellectual style that defines every single chapter. After such a sobering diagnosis, is there any hope? Yes. This book is not just a diagnosis of the problem. It's a guide to the solution. It is profoundly transformative. The author insists that humanity can and must rise out of reptilian dominance. The path forward is through cortical activation. We need to intentionally switch the power back on in the higher centers of our brain. How do we do that? Through developing awareness, learning to observe our reactions instead of being controlled by them, through practicing critical thinking, questioning the narratives of fear we are fed every day, through developing emotional intelligence, managing our inner state, through building new ethical frameworks that prioritize unity over division, through creating conscious technology that serves humanity instead of enslaving it, and through cultivating inner balance on an individual level. This is a call for a new evolutionary direction. The message is crystal clear and powerful. Humanity must evolve consciously or collapse unconsciously. We arrive at the conclusion, which leaves us with a profound choice. The book presents us with two worlds, two futures, and one ultimate question that will echo through the coming decades. Who will we become? Will we remain the children of the reptilian brain, forever trapped in a cycle of fear, conflict, and self-destruction? Or will we become the founders of a conscious civilization, guided by our highest potential for wisdom, creativity, and unity? This summary is only a small glimpse into Dr. Irfan Boko's groundbreaking masterpiece. It's a work that doesn't just ask you to think, it challenges the very foundation of your psychological and civilizational identity. It forces you to look in the mirror and decide which world you want to help build. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive. If this resonated with you, imagine what the full book could do. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who is ready to look beyond the headlines and understand the real forces shaping our world. See you in the next one.